Hi Dimple, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you. So can you tell me something about the listeners in TestNG? What do you mean by listeners in TestNG?
Listeners and TestNG that based on that we can prioritize the test cases in our execution. So based on that, which test case we want to execute before or after, in such a way we can prioritize.
Okay. See, priority is one of the feature in TestNG. In that you would be able to set the priority. Let's say if you want to set some priority one, two, three, you can set those kind of priorities. You can also do, let's say if you have some prerequisite which you have to run before your test, then those kind of priorities you can set. Test case which is having priority equal to 1 would be executed first compared to the test case which is having priority equal to 2. If both the test cases are having same priority, then the decision would be taken based on the alphabetic order of that particular test case name, right? So
Okay.
that's how you will take care. Okay, let's say you are trying to automate a web-based application and there are some dynamic web elements. So how would you handle these dynamic web elements?
So for dynamic element, we have to try to avoid static locators like ID name,
Mm,
where we can take help of XPath and CSS locator.
mm,
Specifically for the XPath, we having the structure like XPath having contains text, such type of way where we can, if minor change happen, though based on that we can pick that particular locator. So that will
mm.
be helpful for us.
Correct, correct. So you have to go for contains like XPath. You have to avoid absolute XPath. You can use CSS selectors, and you can also go for explicit wait. You can wait for some particular time till the element is visible. You can also go for JavaScript executor. That is also possible, right?
JavaScript.
So these things are available. Okay. How will you handle iframes?
iframes let me ask you again, iframe you want to ask me in such a way how we should we handle how we can navigate to frames, is it?
So let's say you have iframe which needs to be automated. Now there are multiple ways how you can switch to that particular iframe. So first you will have to switch to that particular iframe
Switch
to
to,
handle,
yes,
right?
huh.
So how you will switch? Which are the different parameters on the basis of which you can switch to that frame?
Okay, so for that, we having switch to is a switch to alert, switch to iframe, switch to window, such type of methods we do have, so we can navigate from one frame to another frame, one window to another window. So first of all, we have to identify which is the main window, and then how many windows or how many frames are available. So based on
Hmm.
the comparison, will generate a for loop, while loop, in which we will try to verify, we will make a condition that for now it is in parent or main window or main frame, yes,
Mhm.
then it will navigate to next frame. That we can window handler, frame handler, we have to take help of that
Okay, that is window.
interface.
Okay, so that is window handle actually. Wait, if you want to handle iframe, so let me show the code to you. Mm, so is the screen visible to you?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so you can switch with respect to the index. So you have indexes 0, 1, 2 like that. You can switch with respect to name of that particular iframe. You can also use web element for switching. So we are defining one web element here, and we are writing driver.find element will have tag name, and then we will switch to that particular frame using the web element, iframe element, right? So these three are
Okay.
the basic purposes, basic ways to switch to some particular iframe via index, via
Index.
name, and via web element, right? So these three ways are there. Now, okay, how will you determine whether an element is an iframe or not?
Which that element is iframe
Any,
or not?
let's say, yeah, let's say you are trying to automate some particular application or some particular screen. On that screen, you are getting some element. Now you want to uh, have a checkpoint. If that is iframe, then further things you have to do. If it's not an iframe, then you don't have to go in that direction. So how would you determine that? Can you write the code for that? Can I give you screen sharing rights? Wait, giving you
Yeah,
screen
but
sharing.
here I am not aware about of this how to identify
Okay,
iframe.
okay.
That
Let's
is
say,
my
let's
hurdle.
say when you get this kind of question that you have to identify, that means you have to take a decision. Okay. Now, either it can be a yes, it can be an iframe, or it can be a no over there. So how would you handle this? So you can use if else condition here. See, first of all, we'll take web element equal to driver dot find element. You can use ID, index name, anything over here, right? Now what we will do is we will get the tag name of that particular element. If it equals iframe or if it contains iframe, then the element is an iframe, else it is not. So simple if else condition you can use over here, right? That's where these kind of logical things would be useful. Now if you're hard coding, sometimes people the developers might would have kept it in a dynamic manner. Sometimes for some screens it is coming, for some screens it is not coming. So at that time you have to apply this logical conditions,
Okay.
right? Simple if else kind of a conditions.
Hmm.
Okay, now let me go further. Okay, how will you handle keyboard actions in Selenium?
In which we can take help of action class
Correct, correct.
for the keyboard action.
Hmm.
So we have to first of all create the object of the action class, and
Mm,
will in which we will pass web element in that,
mm,
and based on the press event or which we can handle that keyboard event.
mm,
Likewise mouse event we can even handle by the same class, where
mm,
drag and drop, scroll up and down. So such type of event we can handle using the action class.
mm. So you can use actions class for keyboard interactions. You're absolutely correct, right? You'll create an object and then you can use them for any of the keys, whether it's enter key, it's tab key, it's copy paste action, all those things you can do. Okay. What will you do if you want to type uppercase letters in Selenium? How will you write the code such that you are able to type uppercase letters in the Selenium?
I'm not much aware on it, but
Mhm.
somewhere I've seen that uppercase is there, method is there.
Mm.
um
Uppercase. So when you have to write in the
cap
uppercase letters, right? So what will
uh,
you do? So okay, let me ask you in this manner. Let's say you have a keyboard. In this, you have to type something in uppercase. Then what will you do?
okay, so for that we'll press shift key and then we'll write something.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now think in this direction that you have got an actions class
Action.
which with which you can handle the keyboard keys, right? Tab, enter, all those things. You can press shift key. You can enter all the key letters that you want to type in the uppercase, and then you want to release the shift key. So you can write the code in this manner. See, okay, you have this actions class, actions equal to new actions. Okay, and then we'll find this element. So it can be find by ID or anything name. But this is an important thing that you have to understand. Actions dot object dot key down, right? So key down, that means we are pressing key down. Okay. And we want to type this thing in the uppercase. So the output here would be the typing would happen like this. Okay, it would be typed in the uppercase because you have pressed this shift key.
Right.
And then you have to release. So for that you have key up, right? So simply you can use shift key. Simple,
Achha.
right? So that's how you can do. Okay. So this is about actions class. Mhm. Okay, let's say you have got different links on a web page and your scenario is to get all those links and print them. So how would you do that?
For that locator I will use links locator,
Hmm.
and which first of all I'll take a loop where I can take all the links,
Hmm.
and will store in one array, so I can identify that
Perfect.
how many links are available.
Okay. You'll store in an array or array list.
Array list.
Array
Yes,
list.
array
Okay.
list.
Then what will you do? After storing them in array list, then what will you do?
Mm,
Let's say you got them in an array list, right? Then you want to move from each and every link, right? So for that, you'll go for each loop. Simple,
okay.
right?
Yes, yes.
See, you can go for or you can go for each loop.
For each. Huh.
See, you are correct till here. You are defining these links. You are taking them in an array list. And then you are going for each loop. This is one of the mechanism. This is one of the mechanism. You can also go with this approach. You can go for driver dot find element, find that locator, and then go for a for loop, right? Then print all these links one by one. So we want to store them and we want to print them. First action is to store them. Next action
Store
is to
them.
print them, right? So for printing, you can use system.out.println. Simple,
Okay.
right?
Are we navigating from each links from one by
You,
one?
you don't need to navigate through all the links because you just want to check whether those links are working or not, right? For checking them, you can keep some response code, whether you're getting 200 or you're getting 400 for that, right? So let's say, let me show you that code as well. That might be asked to you. Now, these links are stored and you have printed them. Okay.
So
Now, how
taking
will you, sorry, yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
taking a array list first of all and store that all the links available using the web elements, that link element
Correct,
locator,
correct.
and then taking by using the for each loop we have to
Hmm.
print it.
Print it.
So
Yes.
this is a first scenario, just printing.
Yes, just printing, just storing the links and printing them. Okay.
Okay.
Now you want to check the next thing that you were asking, no, whether you want to navigate to them or not. So no need to navigate. If the question is asked to you, if you want to check whether those links are broken links or not. Broken links
Huh.
means those links, when you will click on them, you'll get some error code, 400 or something like that. So
Yes.
you can write a code like this. See, here you are storing this in a list. Okay. Then you are going for each loop, right? This is in continuation with the previous answer. Now, this is the logic that you need to keep. What is the logic? We will check if the response code that we are getting for that particular link is greater than or equal to 400. If it is, then it's a broken link.
Broken
If
link.
it is greater than 400, it can be a broken link. If it is equal to 400, then also it's a broken link, right? And then we will print it,
Okay.
right? And this is in try catch. So this is in an exception handling we have kept. Okay,
Hmm.
fine, great. Mm, okay, now I want you to open this website. So I'm sending that in the chat box. Need to open this website and share your screen once. Okay, now this is a search box. Search box is there. Can you see the search box? You can search different products that are available on this website. Basically, this is an e-commerce website.
Hmm.
Okay. I want you to give the different subtask that you will take care when you are trying to automate this search box. So which are
So,
the different tasks that you will take? Which are the different subtasks? So your main task is this, that you have to automate this search functionality end to end. Okay. Now, which are the different tasks that you will perform to complete this task? Because this is one of the main tasks. Let's say, for example, one of the subtasks for this thing would be to find the
filtered.
locator of search box, right? To create the pages of the search and to create the getter setter methods for the search box. That can be one of the tasks. Okay. Which are the other tasks that you will perform as a part of automating this particular search box?
So while searching any item here, filtering will be the one of the options. So for that, even I have to make automate the filter
Correct.
process
Yes, yes. That is also one of the thing. So that
based
is
on
included in
filtering
the
man.
test cases.
Hanji.
Yes, yes. That is included in the test cases. right?
Mm.
So let's say you have 10 test cases which you have to automate. Okay. So how would you start this particular task?
First of all, I'll locate using a locator of
Mhm.
search box. I will try to locate the element, and
Mm.
we'll check, will navigate to search box or not. And
Correct.
using the send key, we'll randomly first of all search for the element. According to that, I'm getting the outcome or not. That is my first simple task.
Perfect.
Our
Perfect.
next
Okay.
task is to again based on this web element on that same locator, we'll try to put multiple values and try to search what is there, what is not.
Hmm. Okay.
uh, just a minute. So here in search box, it's
Hmm. Yeah, you can search anything and you would get that thing in the response.
yes. So now here based on any search, I can see the categories. So here my
Hmm.
next task is when this alert, new alert or new window is getting up, new alert box starts type of pop-up is there. So
Hmm.
first of all, I have to navigate to that, and in which these two frames are different. Again,
Hmm.
this category section portion, I have to
Hmm.
navigate there, and um, need to check each and every filters.
Hmm.
Based on that, I should move further and selection deselection of each and every filters. So that
Okay.
is my next task, to handle that, search something,
Hmm.
navigate to that frame, then navigate to that category small section,
Hmm.
and here available two different drop downs, brand and category. So handling that drop down, and in which we having different values.
Hmm.
So I have to select, and based on that, what is outcome, I'm able to get it or not. That is
Hmm.
my crucial thing to
Okay.
take a look.
Right. Right. What else?
Mm, so let's say I did some filter here. So based on filter, I have to move further here. I'm getting some outcome on my right side panel, right side small window.
Hmm.
So when I'm selecting something, and right side I'm getting some list shorted items, on which moving from left to right panel and selecting particular item, that is a way of next task to identify, and locating locators I have to select here, these
Okay.
all items.
Wait. Wait. Let me tell you something. Let me stop sharing your screen and let me start sharing my screen.
One
Uh,
more, here there is a drop down. We are able to scroll down and up in this filter. So that is even we have to handle that list of items are more than a one single window. Then we have to handle this drop down also. Scroll up and scroll down.
right. Right. So these particular tasks that you are telling, that would be part of your automation. But basically, you can start with various tasks. First is identification of the test cases. Okay. You'll get the test case from the manual team, or maybe you would have written those test cases that would be a part of the repository. That is first thing. Second task is to check the feasibility, whether those test cases can be automated or not. Okay.
Okay.
Third thing, this navigation you were telling, or you can say flow, or you can say the behavior of the application, you will understand. Okay. And you'll understand in the sense you'll navigate from one screen to another, you'll understand the flow. Okay. These are three important tasks. Fourth is you will identify the locators
Uh,
and create the pages for the same, right? So page object model we are using as a design pattern. So we'll be creating the pages for those particular locators. Fifth is you will be creating the test, right? Now, in order to create the test, it might happen that you might have to reuse the test, some of the tests that are already there in the framework, or you will design, you'll create new test.
okay.
Okay. So that's how you can do. Sixth point is Once the tests are designed, then you'll perform unit testing of those tests. So you'll check in your local machine, local browsers, whether your scripts are running fine or not. Right. Seventh is you'll integrate, you'll push. Okay, sorry, you will create one of the PR for getting your code reviewed.
Review.
Right. And here, one of the tasks which can be added over here before you start is create a branch in your version control tool, any version control tool that you are using. Maybe you are using Git or SVN, you'll create a branch in that. Okay, you'll get your code reviewed. Once your code is reviewed, let's say if you get some feedback, you'll update it and again update your PR for your approval process. But eighth is then you'll push the code and you'll check by CI/CD integration, whether it is running there or not, right? Once it is done, if your code needs some kind of a documentation that you will add, and you will final 10th task is to give the demo to the product owners or to the stakeholders. If you're in a product-based company or if you're in a service-based company, then you have to give the demo to the clients or maybe subject matter experts or business analysts. So that's how you will break down all these tasks. Now, this particular answer you can also use as a reference when someone is asking you, what time would you take to automate this particular task? So, in an interview, they might ask you, what is your test estimation for this task from the automation perspective? Then you have to consider these all points and you have to break them down. Maybe some of your tasks from these 10 might take in hours, some
Hmm.
might take days, some might take minutes. It depends
Yes.
on individual task. So, accordingly, you have to give the estimation for the same.
Okay, I manipulated wrongly.
So, yeah. So, see, sometimes it might happen that you are trying to answer the question. Okay. And when you'll give multiple interviews, no, you'll get some gut feeling, you'll get some instinct, or you'll come to know from the interviewer response whether you are going in the right direction or not, right? So you
Hmm.
can confirm. Let's say if you are my interviewer, so I'll say, Dimple, I hope I'm going in the right direction. You can just confirm once. There is no harm in that, right? After all, we all are human beings, right? There is nothing wrong in that. But let's say you interpreted it in a wrong manner and you completed the answer.
Hmm.
Then what he or she will feel is maybe she might not be prepared or she might not be having that idea. So those
Hmm.
kind of things might happen, right? So
Right.
here what you were thinking is from the navigation perspective, whatever things you were telling, no, that was from this particular task,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? That you have got categories, you have got filters, right? Those kind of things. But what is
Right.
important is the end-to-end picture, right?
Picture.
Because in a team, when you will be working, in a team, there might be two members with you, or there might be 20 members with you. These tasks would remain the same for each and every member.
Right.
So
Right.
this kind of task you have to tell so that in an interview, they'll come to know, okay, yeah, that's how we have to focus. Okay, that's how she has done the work in her past. Okay,
So
this is one of the thing. Now,
this question is can be asked in such a way that what is the process that you follow to automate the any task,
yes, yes,
or
that
even
is
though you
also
just ask me that which task you perform to search the text box, that could be the question, right?
correct, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that is also a good question. What is the process that you are following, or what are your roles and responsibilities? Or they might also ask, how do you start your day?
Achha.
Right. So if they ask you how do you start your day, then you can tell about all these tasks, but at the same time, you can also add one or two more tasks that is of related to, you can check your emails if your PR has been approved, or you'll check your email if your defect that was caught by automation has been resolved or not. Those kind of things also you can tell. You can tell that you are getting the defects from the automation, from the test automation scripts that you have created. You can tell like that. That will
Okay.
give a very good impression on the interview.
Achha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the thing. Mm, okay, now let's come to this website again. Um, okay, let's say I want to automate this particular price. So for this particular chocolate box, the price is displayed as nearly $10. So I want to automate this particular price value, right? So how would you do that? What would be your approach or what would be your steps? So what kind of test you will create? Now I'm asking you from the test automation perspective directly, right? You have to create the test, you have to design the test, you have to develop the code such that it verifies that the price is coming as $10. And you
So
have to take care
here,
of the star conditions. Yeah.
sorry, star condition
Star
mean?
conditions means, let's say today is 15th of February, right? It's a Saturday. But yesterday was 14th of February. So it might would have happened that on this chocolate box, there is some discount code applied. Or maybe during the festival, some discount code is applied. At that time also, our automation scripts should work fine.
Okay.
Okay. Because it might happen today, it is showing $10. Some discount code is applied, then it might come to $8, right? Then how will you automate your test case in such a way that it is running fine during that time as well?
So assertion need to be do here first
Perfect,
of all.
perfect. Yes, assertion. What kind of assertion will you use?
Uh, will will first of all fetch this element using by locator, and then by getting value I will fetch the values, that is runtime. Just a minute.
Perfect. Yes, yes. You are going in the right direction. You will have assertion. In an
I'll
assertion, you will have two variables. One is your expected price,
an actual.
actual price.
Yes.
Actual price might get changed.
Hmm.
Expected price remains the same. Okay. Now, actual price, as of now, you will keep as $10, right? Or
Yes.
actual price you'll get during the runtime, you'll get text of that particular product that you'll get. Okay. Now, what if there is some discount code is applied or not? Then what will you do? Because when you are running the automation scripts, it might not be known to you. Right? Please go ahead.
So by locator, I'll try to fetch the value that is my expected. I will store that value in one variable first of all, and actual value I will directly write it, that is 10.50 what is available, and I will compare that actual dot equals to expected dot equals to ignore the case with the expected, that is by if condition I will verify and I'll do. But here the main constraint to check that if any discount is available or not, where
Hmm.
I have to verify that specific date and time. So any if discounts are available, then some extra tag will be there, 10%, 20%, such type of. For that again I have
Correct.
to verify that locator. I have to
Hmm.
pick that locator, that the
Yes.
locator is active and that values is given here.
Hmm.
Then again I have to verify and again create the new assertion or with using the if condition. If it is applicable, then it could be changed in such a way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now you are going in the right direction. What you will do is you'll first keep an if condition. If there is some discount code applied, for example, 10%, 15%, right?
Okay.
If there is something like that, what will you do is you will update your expected price variable as well.
Hmm.
Okay. Actual variable value you are getting during the runtime, but expected is also needs to be changed, right? So
Yes.
if that discount is there, then you will have a logic. If the discount is not there, then your normal logic, another logic. So two logics you have to create. You can
Yes.
also create if else,
Files. Yes.
right?
Okay. Hmm.
Fine. Great. Okay, Dimple, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, till now I'm much clear. Thank you so much
Oh,
for your
oh.
taking